route.
Here we go. 8-3.
Running on first down, Eckler. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spelling them in the offensive backfield.
That fucking quarterback from Alabama, I think it is. You know, Mo. Yeah.
Second and 11. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
This is Johnson. He's got it. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for first and 10. He'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Getting exposed over here, bro.
Here now is second and 10, again from the 41. Second and 10. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target. Deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Yeah, he got hit.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
They'll set up to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that part. I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And some room to run now. Oh, he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Check. Lock your Greystone. Travel. Hey, echo. Check 25. Check 25.
From the 50, it's Darnold. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. The shotgun snap for Darnold. It's complete to Fuller. Dropped at the 35. Able to display his agility, but not much room to operate. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now it's Darnold. Got a man complete. It's Fuller again. A gain there of 21 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he will maneuver his way down about the 7. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly when the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On 4th down, the Jets turning to Chandler Catanzaro for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop.
Now a loose football.
Cool. There's never a good place on the field to forget. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumbled a great field position.
I smoked his guy.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete. That time trying to find Gerald Everett, but it's going to be 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
28. Let's go, defense. Let's get on the field, defense.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, battle for it here, and this will be caught. A game there of 30 big ones.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch
Come
football,
on, Marcus,
remember we
mate,
get in
man.
these positions and you just say, everybody go
I
along
got
and
this
hope someone would come
fucking
free.
ball.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw. And he's going to go down again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
He's been giving me big runs. Let's see if he still won't give it up.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And you're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
So first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
57.
Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. So that'll back them up 5.
Set, ready. Drum team split. 8, read. Check. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
I don't care about none of that.
57. Ball dog. Set.
What you
Let's
doing?
get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. Kill, kill, kill.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Hey.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Second and 15. And he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
That ain't even him. That's Kenny Stills, OG. Kenny fucking Stills.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
And the bad part about it, I'm jumping, pressing triangle. I don't know why they do that. I'm not grabbing. It ain't no button on here where you can grab the man like that. I'm going for the pick.
They'll drop the throw. And it's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. But now it'll be third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Draw play, it's Eckler. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. This will be a 34-yard attempt. Badgley's kick is good. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They run it again with Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to have a third down. They'll run. This is Kamara. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
No, man, I ain't got time to keep playing with you, man. This shit nigga retired.
I was trying to figure out how I'm going to break that down.
You can't break it down because there's something in it.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time. Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get get you off to a quick start.
And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
And it was mine. Oh, no. You know what? They coming off that forced loss, man. They was playing crazy like this.
Okay, ready, Bravo, Topper. Check it back, check it back. Check 4, check 4. Squeeze, get in there. And go.
Now back to throw. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. Johnson, the intended target. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Uchenna Nwosu got the sack there. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back to throw, Darnold. Steps away to his left. This one caught by Davis. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Catanzaro, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
Come on, defense. Let's go, man.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And Stills bringing it in. A big play there on the catch and run. 76 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
But he will find the end zone again, so he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, and that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
You ain't said nothing to me about it, so I already know how that's about to go. You haven't said anything to me about that, so I know how that's about to go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the safety creep.
Here's Darnold. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Darnold. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. And sensing the momentum, maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
This is brought in at the 21.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
That's why I hate fair scenes, man. Forced wins, fair scenes, I hate all that shit. They team come out playing like straight ass, man.
He'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger 1st down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
No.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
3 down, 3 down.
Back to throw here.
Oh my God!
As he was knocked as he threw it. And it took
That's
the ball
another
off
pick. Look
course.
at this nigga.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face
Wow.
it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They
They
tried to throw for it there.
dude.
Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Nobody going motion.
They'll run it here. This is Mark Walton. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Especially,
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Ready, ready. Number 28, Mike, he's coming, he's coming. Check in. Check. Go.
They're going to look to throw.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Badgley able to knock this one through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This will be taken short.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10.
36, 36. Check 31, check 31.
The give, Eckler running to the right. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Watch out.
Second and 11. It's complete. Stills. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The Chargers on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
2nd down and 10, Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And this is going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Here is Eckler. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Stand open. 50 seconds to Mike. Yo.
We try to hurry up offense so the time to run down with Nate trying to burn stuff. You don't have to punt me the ball back. This shit ain't gonna work.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. On the left side, this is Stills. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
57's the mic. Rock 57. Hey, what's that? Hey, what's the ball?
They'll set up a throw. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Now it's Darnold. Buying time to his left. He's going to let it fly. A crusher there as it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
The man right behind his knee.
Oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
The Charger drive about to get going. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see him take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the 9-yard line.
That nigga trying to burn the clock, and the clock ain't even moving. Look at it.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Oh, man, you go for this and let him get it. Ooh. That's a good game.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Mike 57, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Ready.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll set them back 5.
This game wild.
Here's Brian Anger now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here?
Oh, Anger took the short.
Returnable here for Davis. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10.
All right. We got another crack getting this end zone, Mike. Let me go. No bad passes. Fucking Sam Donald.
Let's get it together, lady.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be brought down. That's a face mask. Certainly looked like it indeed. Here come the flags.
Man, hey, this game is something.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
That's why I said.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
You.
Now Darnold. It's complete to Fuller. A Jet 1st down, 18 big yards that time.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
Darnold now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
50 seconds. Mike, 50 seconds.
Darnold. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you describe that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely.
Get out there and move it. You just move it.
Touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow.
Catanzaro now for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game.
His linebacker stayed in the middle. He did the same thing. But I moved a little bit to the right with my quarterback. So then his linebacker jumped in the inside. Yeah, see, at first I just backed up and stood in the pocket. Yeah, I moved over to the right, make him move, and then hit him right in the middle.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
I need to say a good game. I got no words. I made one mistake in the Westbrook game.
The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And it's a touchdown for the Jets.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
My team struggle.
Point after now from Catanzaro.
Fourth wins, man. Struggle like hell, bro. I ain't gonna take my phone.
And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Good game.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations. And
this is intercepted, and that should do it. Marcus May with a pick. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
I know, that's right. What store you going to? Oh, okay.
Kamara. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. I'm jumping this